Hey, I really don't. I really contemplated on not making this video, but here I am, right? So I've had a really shitty week, really shitty, and for those of you who don't know, I suffer from chronic depression and high anxiety disorder. So I'm either depressed or anxious, one or the other, or both at the same time. Mental illness cocktail, as you will. Over the years, I've combated my um, mental illnesses by a number of ways. I mean, I used to deal with them with lots of drugs and alcohol. Obviously, that's not a great idea, but that's something that I definitely did. I've gone to therapy. Hobbies, writing, sports, blogging, stuff like that. And I've even documented, my own mental illnesses myself. And of course, I did the antidepressant thing as well. I don't have a clear purpose in this video. I kind of just wanted to open up a discussion with other people that are feeling the same way as me. I'm not looking for pity. I know that that's right away going to be the first thing, and it's the farthest thing from the truth. I'm not looking for pity at all. I am looking. So please don't send me stuff like Chad, hang in there, or like I don't need that stuff. I get it from my friends and family, and it doesn't do much. I mean, the gestures behind it are probably genuine, but there's that it still doesn't. Having someone tell you that everything's gonna be alright when you're depressed, it falls on deaf ears because when you have depression, your brain it feels like I have two different thought waves, right? It feels like I have what I want and then whatever it is that I have. It feels like something eating my brain, basically. And it sucks. Waking up every day, like myself, I think that I have a personality. I can be the center of attention. I can be, funny. And I hate my depression. I hate waking up and being so run down, so sad, so weak, so fearful, so worried. It consumes me, and it makes me a bad person. And then you have people that they don't use your illness as a crutch, right? I mean, and we try not to, but would you tell someone that has diabetes not to use their diabetes as a crutch in their life? I mean, fuck, it's a disease. Like, I can't help that I have depression. I can't help that I get anxious. It's not something that I can do. Something I can control. I can combat the symptoms, but at the end of the day, it's a disease. And there's no cure, which is why I kind of I often people like, oh, I was depressed for a while. For a while, how are you not depressed anymore? Not that I'm not happy that you're not depressed. I just want to know how, because there is no cure. If you have actual depression, which is a chemical imbalance in your brain. This week was tough because if you'd seen me, sorry, I had a message. If you see anything, if you'd have seen me at the beginning of the week, right, I was at an all-time high, literally walking around with a smile on my face, feeling good, and now I'm back to despair. Within a week, right? And everybody has bad weeks. People get bad news all the time. But again, when you're, for those that can't quite grasp, the depression and anxiety or bipolar or whatever you have going on, for those that do deal with it, you know that when you're high, you're normal people that have a chemical balance, that are balanced chemically in their brains. When things are good, it's okay. When things are bad, they don't get too bad, right? It goes, the level isn't as bad. It's good, bad. Me, when I have something good happen, if I meet a beautiful woman, right, and I go out and we have a good time, or I win something, or I can make more money, right, I come into some money, instead of this, it goes up here, and the minute that any of those things go bad, I mean, and again, it's not about, will feel bad for me because, my brain can't react as rationally as yours. It's not woe is me, it's just, I kind of want to know why I am the way I am. Scientifically, there is data and my therapist and stuff, and then it even gets more depressing than that because yeah, there's no cure. We can do whatever we can to keep these things at bay, but it's never gonna go away. It's like it's your old friend. It's the most loyal thing I have in my life, besides my dog, is my illness because it's always there for me. And the suicidal thoughts, always there. And that's one thing that I mean, people that don't have mental illness will never be able to grasp that. And they mock it, they brush it off. But to me, like, I am a pretty social person, right? And I go out with my friends, we have a blast, but I could be sitting there at a Pens game, I could be sitting there at a hockey game, or a football game, or at a bar, full of friends, full of happy things, and my brain will be thinking about, what if we just did it? What if we just ended this today? I mean, because the temporary happiness sometimes can make it even harder, right? Because you get a taste of it, you get a taste of happiness when you're depressed, and then if that happiness goes away, your brain is in full panic mode because that happiness, those feelings, they they make your brain so happy. It's like, yes, this is what we were looking for. It feels so good. Like, it's a high. It is. And like shipwrecked men, looking, to quench their thirst, it becomes like they're drinking salt water. Like, that's what happiness is. Like, you can never get enough of it. And the minute that it starts to go away and things start to get bad, you're worse off than you were before. And which is why, as depressing as it is, like, I try to live a pretty guarded life. Outside of what I do on like social media, like with reaching out to people, like, I'm very guarded because I don't want to be disappointed. And it's a very sad way to live life because life is about risks. It's about meeting new people and doing new things and all this stuff. And you know, when when you're depressed and you've been hurt so much, like myself, I've guarded myself so much to the point where it would turn someone off because they would try to get intimate with me or try to get to know me and not very standoffish because the way that I think is this person's it's gonna end up hurting me in the end. Um, so I don't know where to go from here because once again I'm at a point where suicide, at least in the back of my mind, like if not, it's in front of my mind. I don't want to do that. Like I'm actually pretty scared about it. Um, just knowing that you're gone. But here's where I think that the way I think about suicide and the way that other people that don't have these thoughts think about it is they think that you're just looking for an escape from your problems, but I'm not looking for an escape from my life problems, right? Like money, relationships, that stuff. Things will, come around. It's a circle. At least in my life, it's a circle. I'm not as successful as I like to be, but I'm also not like homeless or anything as well. So, uh, but like, what I would be escaping would just be this curse of waking up every day in despair, uh, with no hope, feeling like I will never ever be happy. Happiness is so unattainable for me, and it's never. It comes and goes so fast, and at this point I don't even know what makes me happy, and that's a pretty sad feeling. So like I don't know. I'm looking for answers. Again, I don't want pity. Trolls are gonna troll, but I'm not worried about that. Like I feel like I'm very close to the end, and I don't know what to do from here. And I'm actually pretty impressed that I didn't really tear up or anything doing this because I sure have been fighting them off. But I don't know. I want to know how to be happy. I want to know what being normal feels like. I want to know what it's like to wake up and not feel hopeless, not feel fearful, not feel uh, like you have zero control of your life. Because I feel cursed. I feel like I'm not meant to be happy. And I'm not happy. So I don't know. I don't know what the next couple of days or weeks or whatever will bring out. But I uh, I can't promise anything. Right?